What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a Horsepower and Bourbon. Then, before we get into this video too far, if you can, I'd really appreciate hitting that subscribe button over there. We're getting pretty close to 1,000. Pretty nice little milestone we'd like to hit. Gonna figure out some sort of contest. Once we hit 1,000, put all the subscribers into something, do a drawing for something, t-shirt or something. Prize yet to be determined still, so still working on that part. So then, speaking of bourbon, not sure if everyone knows, but September is actually Bourbon Heritage Month. So you'll see, if you're around on a lot of different social medias, you'll see a couple things, the 30 days of bourbon, you know, Bourbon Heritage Month, all that kind of stuff. So this is my day 2 choice. Over here, we'll talk about that in a second. And we'll talk about this here little Pro Charger, little guy, little bitty thing, here in a few minutes as well. But so let's get on into the bourbon portion of this. So we're gonna go to a Weller Special Reserve this week, and as I said, my second day of 30 days of bourbon. Let's have a couple hashtags you can search around on Instagram, Facebook. Let's see, Bourbon Heritage Month, 30 days of bourbon, all that be on there. So Weller Special Reserve. This is their, if you remember back a few weeks ago, I forget what week, but we did the Weller Foolproof. So this is like the baby brother of the bunch. This is a, let me think here right quick. It's a, I want to say it's like $23, $25, somewhere in there, in the state of Ohio. You can, this is getting to where you can actually find this pretty reasonably easy, I would say. It's a Buffalo Trace product, so it's allocated. So that still ends up with having to track it down, chase it down here and there, but not as bad as some. So let's get into this. There would have been a nice cracking of a brand new open bottle, but yeah, I had a equipment malfunction, and we no longer are going to be trying to reuse that microphone. Yeah, it got thrown, hit with a hammer and stuff. So this is a 90 proof. They don't put an age statement on it. It's figured to be somewhere between 4 and 6 years old, and is a very smooth type of bourbon. This is actually my wife's favorite. Probably should have had her on this episode with us so you can see her drink some bourbon. This is about the only one she'll drink straight, neat, a little bit of ice, whichever. Most of it winds up in Diet Dr. Pepper or Diet Coke, something like that. Drink it how you like it. But what makes the Weller line of bourbon different is I'm not sure if I covered this with the Foolproof. This is called a wheater, like wheat. So instead of rye, which is normally in a majority of your bourbons, the rye is replaced with wheat for the grain. In this, I'm guessing that's probably, wheat was a more plentiful grain in the early days in Kentucky when this stuff was starting to get its story and heritage going. But let's get a little nose on this. Now this is one of the few that myself, and as I've said before, I'm terrible at picking out all the scents, all that kind of stuff, but I always get a very, very sweet smell on this one, and I do actually pick up a hint of caramel. So then of course oak, but it's aged in oak barrel. You're gonna smell oak on every bourbon, any decent bourbon anyways. But yeah, just a nice sweet smell to me. Very good, very smooth, very nice finish. So you know, this works very, very good in mixers, or somebody that might not like something, you know, super hot, super long finish, that kind of stuff. It's a very good bourbon, very safe, good introductory bottle into the bourbon journey for people if they want to get into it. So check that out if you're into it. Now this little feller, this little Pro Charger F1A 94, our other guest of the episode, This is actually going on Sean Foist's car. You saw it on the Facebook a time or two. You know, we were getting ready to get started. Me and Sean are kind of a lot alike that we can't leave well enough alone. So we went from we're gonna run a P1X to now we've got this F1A 94. It's in. All of our other parts are in. He'll be dropping his car off, and we'll be getting that project kicked off for real this time next week. So we'll be doing a video on that, doing a baseline. Then we're going to go over all the parts, everything that we're going to be doing to that car. So it should be a pretty neat little build series. Maybe get him involved, do a little drum solo or something for his episodes. I don't know. We'll see. Had to hit him up for that. But then other horsepower. So as you saw last week, we were in a mad rush on some transmission stuff. Some of it came together, some of it didn't. So no one's fault besides shipping departments somewhere. We had Larry's transmission, all of its parts finally made it in last Wednesday morning, which he was leaving Wednesday night. So got all that put in, got him on his way. Huge thanks to Lonnie over at Extreme Automatics for, you know, he had a lot of time and effort in trying to get both transmissions done. There is no fault on his part for the second one not coming together. That's 100% on UPS, FedEx, whoever it was. I didn't even ask. I think it was UPS. So, yeah. So, obviously, we did not get to take buckwheat. We've got the converter, all of our changes made in it. So, I picked up the transmission yesterday. So, the parts finally, everything got redone and back together. So, we've got his transmission back, converter's all done. So, we'll get that in to get into the car, get it back out here shortly and test some. Then Larry in Michigan, the car ran okay. I've done the tuning remotely on that. You know, we were making a little bit of progress. Then the class was running pretty fast, so I made off the hip kind of change, hoping it would work out. And I mean, you do not want to. Eliminations is not the time to try something off the cuff, just left field to try, but it failed pretty miserably. So we've got some stuff we're changing, hopefully get tested a few times before the Bowling Green race and hopefully shake it up pretty good down there is our plan anyways. Then for buckwheat, I mean, obviously we got the transmission stuff done, the converter stuff done, adding a few more sensors to the car. Plan on probably 2 to 3 good test sessions, hopefully before Bowling Green. Hopefully be on the right track now and make the progress we've been hoping to make for a while now, and that'll make everybody happy. Then figure out what we're going to do. There's a few of the end of the year races, you know, kind of looking at those, kind of seeing which way we want to go. It's just been a screwed up year, so we're going to probably pick one of the big fall winter races to go to with probably all the cars and just go have a good weekend of racing. You know, most likely be out east. So we'll have to see on that one. And what else? Got a couple cars getting finished up wiring. The Holly Terminator going on the Terminator. The 03 Cobra, that one is about wrapped up, like one fitting missing. So gonna get that on, and we'll do a whole video on that one, you know, just kind of going over the Terminator X on a 04 Cobra and our reasoning for doing it. Then got a big tire nitrous Nova in here. We'll maybe shoot a little bit on that one, I don't know. But have a few other projects coming next week that we should have a few projects coming next week. We can actually do kind of some build, street reviews, that kind of stuff, weather permitting. But other than that, you know, just want to say I really appreciate all you guys that have subscribed so far. That's got us up to here. You know, without subscribers being on here, I don't know if it'd be worth spending a couple times talking to the camera every week. But, you know, if you've made it this far, I really appreciate you. But, you know, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up, you know, that helps us. And like I said, once we get to 1,000, you know, we are going to do a contest for something. Not sure what yet, but it's gonna be good. You know, some T-shirts and maybe a product or something. We're gonna have to figure that out and make all that work. But thank you all as always, and we will see you guys next time. Cheers. Yep, so good. And I'm reshooting this at like 7 in the morning, so it's awesome. Getting tanked first thing in the day. See you guys.